To Louisiana, the governor blasting the Supreme Court's decision to outlaw the death penalty for child rapists. Now he wants those convicts chemically castrated. Governor Bobby Jindal just signing a new law to do just that, and he joins us now. So, Governor, how exactly do you castrate somebody chemically?
Well, a couple of things, Stuart. First of all, we signed this bill yesterday, the same day the court came down with their awful decision. This gives the discretion of the judge after the first offense on a number of crimes, including hurting our children. It lists these crimes where it says the judge can impose the sentence of chemical castration. It's administered by health care professionals. On the second offense, it's mandatory. The judge can also order physical castration. This is not in lieu of, instead of jail time.
Physical castration? That is a convict can elect, if he's a repeat offender, he can elect physical castration?
That is correct. It can either be chemical or physical, but this is in part in response to the judicial ruling yesterday. We'd already planned this and other pieces of legislation. We have several bills, for example, increasing the sentences for those that attack our children. We doubled the sentences of those using computers. We increased the sentence by fivefold for those that abuse our young children. We've stopped offenders from wearing masks around Halloween. We've required lifetime registration. The bottom line is this. We want the message to go out there. We don't want anybody in Louisiana coming to Louisiana. We don't want anybody in Louisiana harming our children. We think that these monsters need to be stopped. You're going
to face the challenge, though, that this is cruel and unusual punishment. That you are going to be challenged on that.
Well, yeah, and this is the part of the ruling yesterday that offends me. Yesterday, the Supreme Court ruled that the state of Louisiana can't send to death row those that rape, that violently attack our children. The justice's writing said, and I quote from their decision, that the crime, that the punishment was not proportional to the crime. That's ridiculous. If there's any crime other than taking a human life that merits the death penalty, that screams out for the death penalty, it's those criminals that harm our children. In the case the court was looking at, 300-pound man took advantage of an 8-year-old girl. This little girl waited for hours before she got help. She required medical treatment at a hospital. She'll never have children. Now, you think about what he has done to her. He has harmed her for life. To me, these are exactly the kinds of crimes that merit the death penalty. By the way, this was a unanimous jury decision. What we're saying is give the jury the right to make this decision, give them this option. We'll certainly come back. We're going to look at the court decision. We're going to try to come back with a law that will be able to be passed by the court. But here's what also offended me. Not only were they wrong on the facts, look at their reasoning. One of the reasons they rejected the Louisiana law was they said that there was a growing national consensus against the death penalty in these cases. I thought the job of the court was to interpret the Constitution as intended by the Founding Fathers, not to take national opinion polls.
Fair point. You're out there, though, recommending signing a law for chemical castration, which implies, and there is the possibility of physical castration. Now, that comes as a shock to a lot of people. I don't mean to be flip about this, but do you think that is a plus or a minus in you getting the vice presidential spot with John McCain? You're out on a limb with chemical castration on a national basis.
Oh, look, I really don't care about the consequences for me politically. I'm for this law. We signed this law into effect not only as governor, but as a father of 3 young children. And I empathize with the other parents out there. I had to meet a little boy who was himself a victim of one of these monsters recently. I looked his father in the eye and told his father, who was tearing up, I said, look, as your governor, I'll do whatever I can to protect all of our children from these monsters. I make no apologies for it. And I don't care if it hurts or helps me politically. It's the right thing to do. The court got this exactly wrong yesterday. They were wrong on the facts, wrong on the rationale. It's not their job to take opinion polls.
Real fast, Governor, the price of oil went up $5 a barrel today. You've been drilling off the coast of Louisiana for a number of years. Any oil spills to worry about?
You know, that's one of the great unwritten success stories. After Katrina and Rita, these awful storms, no major spills. Well, yes, we need conservation, alternative fuels, nuclear, and many other things. We also need more domestic production. You can come off the coast of Louisiana, see how we're doing it with the most modern technology. Makes no sense to ask other countries to produce more when we're not willing to do the same.
Chemical castration, the governor of Louisiana, Bobby Jindal. We appreciate you being with us, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Stuart.